Hannibal had asked about what other awards we give and what the reasons are. This is really the reason we have this Hall of Fame, is to recognize other individuals like this young man, Drew Hale, who won the first Rocky Soul Man Johnson Medal of Metal Award, given to someone who has overcome great adversity. I want to say thank you to WWE, who helped send a nice video to this young man, and I'll just leave it at that. It's very private, but next year we recognized Azalea, who is known to wrestling, the independent scene all over the Northeast, particularly New Jersey, where she frequents matches, always in the front row, dressed in her referee shirt and calling it down the middle. So we were pleased to be able to help recognize Azalea in 2022. In 2023, Joe DeFino, who was instrumental in the establishment of this Hall of Fame, and who people will meet again this weekend, and was personal friends with Rocky Soul Man Johnson, had overcome great adversity. And in fact, you want to see a picture? That was the event held for Joe, where you'll see one of his very dear friends, Cactus Jack Mick Foley, and an entire museum filled with supporters as Joe was fighting some substantial issues. We have Rita Marie, first female referee, who won a Trailblazer Award in 2021. You hear her story of getting into pro wrestling, being trained by Tony Altamare, and what she had to overcome just to get licensed in the state of New York, which was run by the Athletic Commission during that duration, which is what got her into wrestling, because they had to allow for her. Dan the Beast Severn, getting Trailblazer because, if you recall, he carried the NWA Heavyweight Championship into the UFC octagon, bridging the gap between MMA and pro wrestling decades before anyone had thought of doing so. And Christine Teeny Jarrett, one of the first female promoters, certainly instrumental in the Memphis territory. That was brought to our attention by Jeff Jarrett, and the Jarrett family has loaned her ensemble, which is in the other room, and you can get a good look at that.
Is that Jerry's mother?
It is.
Yeah,
that is
that's
correct.
what I thought, yeah.
She was the true boss in the Memphis territory.
Wow.
So we created the Excelsior Award on a concept by Bill Apter in 2021, and the first one was given to Andy Kaufman. So people often wonder, is Andy Kaufman in a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame? We did that in 2021, and it was quite a show when we did so.
Him and Zeus deserve it the most out of all the celebrities, in my opinion. Maybe Tyson too, but Kaufman is so known for wrestling.
And here we get into a world that you'll see this weekend, how it kind of comes full circle, Hannibal. But Anthony DePippo, an individual from outside of the business who has helped us to bridge some spectacular connections, unfortunately through adversity he had to overcome. Anthony did over 2 decades in prison for a crime he did not commit, but through it all loved pro wrestling, and that's what he focused on, and still works to become involved, and has been in the ring now several times, and you'll meet him again this weekend as he's with the Godfather to be here for the Hall of Fame. And then last year, our Excelsior Award winner was none other than Busted Open's Dave LaGreca. Busted Open Nation was here to fully represent that, and because, again, he has elevated the business by going into satellite radio and creating a complete show on a medium that did not exist years ago, and now we're all pushing for Busted Open to be on 24/7. So again, we all work collaboratively. And I'll just point out, you can see right there, that is Teeny Jarrett's full ensemble. Again, she was recognized, and we thank the Jarrett family for giving us that. To put on loan for it.
And that's Jules Strongbow's Aboriginal native outfit.
Chief J Strong.
Oh, Chief J. That's actual Chief J as well.
That is correct.
Just, get a quick shot of that.
And then we have the Rock's original Team Bring It shirt, worn quite a few things. I got that Usos shirt in New Jersey back on July 8th of 2019. And Hannibal, you know very well, we've met along the way. That's a
Yeah.
very good and dear friend, Rocky Soulman Johnson. And
I actually thought you were his bodyguard the first time I saw it. I thought that The Rock had hired you to bodyguard
well,
him.
few people can say it, but you know it to be true. I absolutely was trained by the same guy who trained The Rock. So yeah, at 51 years old, you're still
Hey,
still
there you
going
go. Hey,
strong
you look good for 51. I was guessing 10 years younger
Check
than
this
that.
out, by the way. This is actual, proportional, accurate Andre's
wow.
handprint. So
Do I dare?
again, I'm 6'5". You're same height, same build, and it just is there to kind of show everybody.
Now that would be the guy that would win all the slap fights. He would just.
Hey, come on in. We're in the office. It's a little bit messed up, but Ed Strangler Lewis. A lot of people don't get to see that, and that's an authentic autograph.
And for people that don't know, he was there from when it was a shoot to a work. He crossed the.
This is when Mick Foley was the GM on Raw. I actually picked this up through a Rain auction years ago, just because this was years before people collected wrestling paraphernalia. I was looking for a good XXL leather jacket and happened to get a good deal on it. And after that, it's gone up in value. But if you check out, we have some cool stuff up on the office, but we're still cleaning this up. So
Hey, can we see the view outside? It's not
we'll
bad.
keep that down. But
Yeah.
Gorgeous George authentic signature. Check that out.
Nice. What a chair too. Is there any significance to that? It looks like a Stu Hart type
No,
chair.
we're just moving in to the office. So sorry.
Wonderful. And this is Dallas Cowboys, my team.
Signed by the Von Erichs.
Oh wow.
Yes, in
That's
fact,
something.
here is Kevin Von Erich in a thumb wrestling match with Rita Marie, and then she refereed between his sons, Marshall and Ross, and so this was only used in one day for thumb wrestling because once the Von Erichs used it, we retired it. So
And you're thumb wrestling Dan Severin tonight.
for the World Thumb Wrestling Championship belt, it's no joke.
There you go, fans. I'm going to try and get that on tape for you. Something to look forward to. So just to shut this down, where do they look this up?
By the way, this is significant. This is Dave LaGreca's pink robe, which became famous during this year's WrestleMania 40. This is the authentic robe, and why it's significant is it really is representative of when the fans influenced what was going to be in the main event of WrestleMania, because WrestleMania up until that point was slated to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. The Rock went and cut a promo talking about Dave LaGreca, making fun of him, and in that video, LaGreca had on the pink robe, calling the Cody Crybabies. Well, at that point, the Cody Crybabies took that charge, and the outcome was Cody Rhodes in the championship match on night 2 of WrestleMania 40. So to have this, which is so, we all know in pro wrestling how significant, how important the fans are, to have this type of object, which is so modern and yet so historic, all at the same point. So yeah, you got to come here and check this place out.
And is that Terry Reynolds?
No, that's Missy Hyatt.
Oh, they're both Missy Hyatt.
That is correct.
Okay, it looked almost like Marlena. Interesting. Great. Has she been inducted yet, or is she possibly in the future?
Down the road, certainly, someone who's worthy.
ProWrestlingHallOfFame.org, right?
You got it. ProWrestlingHall.org.
ProWrestlingHall.org. Excellent. John Cena spinner belt.